Hey there, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's get started with your Aries weekly Wednesday tarot reading for May 1st to May 7th, 2025. Apparently, I was meant to do this again because the first reading did not record. So, all right, so let's see what's going on. Hopefully, this one actually works out. And we'll get to it, Aries. All right, so we're going to start off with your oracle messages, and definitely pause the video, go back, look at the images. This might mean something to somebody, but look at the images, look at the messages, and see, what your own intuition sparks. Okay. Give your abilities a chance to grow as well. So coming out for you first, Aries, you do have ripple effect, intention. The intention behind actions is far-reaching and at times very impactful. The frequency of your action is then matched and echoed through time. Be mindful of the power behind your thoughts, decisions, and actions. Okay, be mindful of the power behind your thoughts, decisions, and actions. Okay, Aries, like our brains are, basically, I don't want to say antenna is not the right word, but we give off frequencies with just our thoughts. Like that's how the universe uh tries to help us do what we need to do. Okay, so and then how we interpret our thoughts as well through our actions, the universe is like, oh, that's what you meant, that's what you want more of, so be careful of how powerful you are, okay, and use it to the best of your knowledge and ability. Okay, if you don't want something, stop thinking about it, because that is the projection that you're giving off. Okay, that is what you're telling the universe that you actually do want. All right. You also have reflection pond here, mirror. Okay, so the if you notice, Aries, these are very much like, you're doing and that's what you're seeing. You're giving what you're receiving type of situation. Okay, subconsciously mirror. Every person you interact with is viewed through your perception. They then reflect what you perceive, therefore are reflected onto you. You're seeing your reflection through others by seeing a part of yourself. Okay, everything that you see in your experience is a byproduct of your thoughts, decisions, and actions. All right, so if you know that, what are you going to keep doing or not do anymore? All right, so Aries, let's go ahead and dive into the tarot to see what other messages are coming out for you at this time, or for this time frame, May 1st to May 7th, 2025. Okay, for my Aries collective. All right, we are going to do your challenge for the week. What can help you with that? Some past energy, some current, some potential outcome, as well as some advice. On the bottom of the deck, you do have the death card for your subconscious energy. So maybe it might be some stuff that you need to stop doing, all right, in order for you to progress and transform. This is a powerful, it can be a powerful time for you to like quantum leap into another aspect of your life. Please excuse my cat in the background. He tends to be rude in my readings, as some of you do know. So yeah, that subconscious energy is about transformation right now. So what are you ready to understand about your experience so that you can transform into a higher version of yourself, or that you can start to magnetize different things toward you. Okay, for your challenge here, you do have the Page of Cups, kind of starting to see that your emotions in a different light, just starting to see how they are indications of how you should move rather than things that you should be caught up in and, stifled by, for your, what can help you with that, you do have the 10 of Wands here, realizing that continuing to be as you were is continuing to carry burdens that do not belong to you. You will continue to have so much on your plate that needs to let go, that is stifling, that is heartbreaking, those things. So what can help you with that is actually realizing that you do want this change. If it's the catalyst getting to the point where you're just like, all right, okay, like let's just do it. Let's let's be about it, The Two of Cups here in reverse is for your past energy. This could be a separation of a romantic relationship, or you kind of detaching from a situation that meant a lot to you, but you're realizing that, you need and want better for yourself, or that you can't save everyone type of situation. Like, this is the past energy that you went through, and now it does seem like it was rather recent, because you're having two sword cards coming up, but we're not at the next one yet. This Nine of Swords suggests that you're still kind of going through the motions, and this is why this is your challenge here, this Page of Cups, because you're still having trouble kind of detaching. Like, I feel like a lot of you have decided to detach, or you realize that that's what you needed to do in the past, and now you're just like kind of, you're sad about it. I get it. Or have a lot of anxiety about it. Like, you're not sure how to move forward or what's going to happen moving forward, but letting go is a part of the transformation. Okay, so you having resistance is only going to make it take that much longer and make it even more grueling, when it really doesn't have to be. Your potential outcome here is you setting yourself free from that box. You're going to realize gradually, as time goes on, and however you decide to heal through this, you're going to realize with this Eight of Swords that, you can breathe easier now. Your heart is lighter now. Your frequency is higher now. Your energy is just different. Things are, magnetizing toward you in a different way, because you no longer have like a ceiling above you. You're no longer trapped in previous situations, Love that for you, Aries. Your advice here is to continue to kind of push yourself past your limits in that way. Push yourself past feeling like, you have to stay stuck, or if you realize that you're hesitating in some type of transformation, see as an example for what you've just done, or what you've done in life previously. Like, you can do this, and it is better on the other side. Strengthen that sense of courage, that sense of, self-reliant, energy that you have, so that you can continually attract more, so that you can use your intent and see your reflections as tools to help you get better, so that you know how to really navigate life, end up being a manifestation master. All right, so Aries, we're going to go ahead and start to clarify these messages now. Definitely, if you would like a personal tarot reading, that link is in the description below, as long as other links to like Saya Elixirs, other spiritual businesses that I support. So definitely go ahead and check those out. So thank you, Aries. We're going to continue. Clarifications for May 1st to May 7th, 2025 for my Aries. What's happening? All right, these two came out. We're going to take those. All right, so Aries, on the bottom of the deck, clarifying that Death card, you do have the Five of Cups in reverse. Okay, love, love, love this for you, because with this subconscious transformation that is actually inevitable, right? It's a healing energy for you. Like, yes, there are things that you might feel like you have lost, or you're grieving, or you have grieved, but at the same time, like, notice like what the situation gave you, or what you had all along. Those two cups behind the person, it's a strength they didn't even know that they had, because previously they may have been, so consumed in the external world that it's like you don't know how to go, or like how to interpret things. And that's why, these oracle cards are coming up for you. It's a lot of reflection that needs to be done right now, a lot more that you need to understand. Okay, and be open to understanding those things. You do have the Page of Cups here for your challenge energy, clarified by the Eight of Wands in reverse, as well as the 10 of Wands here coming out for you again. All right, so it's so funny that this card can help you, and it's also, part of your challenge. Okay, like I said, the challenge is you seeing that you are needing to see your emotions and interpret them differently in order to or understand what they're actually for, to know the secret behind your emotions, in order to progress forward. Okay. Like I said, until you are able to do that, you'll hit, this is an 8. Yeah, you'll hit that standstill, that emotional, that inspiration. It's like having artist block, type of situation, or writer's block type of situation, some sort of creativity block, until you are able to see that, it's enough is enough, until you're able to make that decision that you need some type of change. Something needs to be different. Something's got to give. But until you don't see it until you see it. Nobody can make you see it. You just have to reach that point sometimes. Like I said, what can help you with that, you have the 10 of Wands, and the Strength card is coming out for you again in reverse. And the 5 of Swords here. I feel like these cards are repeating themselves. I feel like I saw this card already, but anyway, who's it? Definitely the Strength card in reverse. It's putting you in a situation, this catalyst is putting you in a situation where you realize that you actually want to be stronger. You're not as strong as you thought you were. So it's like now you're kind of picking up your sword, and fighting against your ego in this case with the 5 of Swords here. Like, you're not going to be bested. You're not going to let your emotions rule in the way that they have been. Okay. You're going to use them as tools. You're turning them into swords, to find the truth of the matter, to find out how you can be, more regularly inspired as opposed to what you have been. Okay. Past energy, clarifying this 2 of Cups in reverse has to do with the Tower in reverse, as well as the Wheel of Fortune, 2 major arcana. So, a lot of background energy, a lot of cycles that you may have been going through until you learn, what you're supposed to be learning in that period of your life. But with the 2 of Cups in reverse, like I said, there's some sort of separation happening here. There's a resistance to change. There's a not wanting to separate, but realizing that you have to move forward. Not wanting to separate, realizing you have to move forward. With the Tower card also in reverse, it's like, you do separate, and you're realizing as time passes that you dodged a bullet. Like, there's a bigger thing that you avoid by choosing yourself, by choosing to move forward. So that was a great, if you didn't know already, Aries, that was a wonderful decision that you made in the past. All right, kudos to you. All right. 9 of Swords here, 2 more major arcana. There's a lot of lessons you've been learning, so I can see why it's been rather difficult. Like, while you feel like you've been through the ringer, or there's just a lot of adversity happening over here. All right, you have the Judgment card in reverse, as well as the Hierophant. All right, so it's like especially with the Hierophant, you had to develop a new routine for yourself. You had to, and that new routine is like more of a mental one, because you had to put yourself in a different mindset or a different state of being in order to move forward, in order to trust your judgment. Because a lot of us sometimes, okay, when we're moving away from a circumstance or a specific person, we're just like, we falter. We're just like, but what if, that person needs me, or, that situation, I just need to be a part of it in some way, shape, or form. And, you get in your head, and it's like, no, like, let's trust the decision that we made, Aries. It may hurt, but at the same time, you're learning, you're developing the trust that you have within yourself moving forward. Okay. So that's beautiful for you. 8 of Swords here for your potential outcome. You do have the 6 of Swords in reverse, as well as the Knight of Wands. So like I said, you are elevating right now. You have removed the ceiling from your box. Okay, you can actually see the sky now and see that there's no limit. There's galaxy beyond the sky, and there's a multitude of galaxies even beyond that, and it allows you to stay in that mindset or that decision that you made, to stand firm and stand tall in it, to not regret it, to not second guess it. And it allows you to start to be able to move a little quicker, move with a little more pep in your step with the Knight of Wands here. Now you're starting to be more inspired, or you're going to be, and you're just starting to see life in a whole different way. You start to understand things a little bit more. Okay, Aries. Your advice here, you do have the Strength card. It is clarified by the Justice card, as well as the Nine of Cups in reverse. So really, as you continue to do this self-love work for yourself, the Strength card is letting you know, especially the Strength card and the Nine of Cups in reverse is letting you know, like, focus on kind of like I said before, focus on your weakest links, the things that disappoint you, the things that you're not necessarily happy about, and right the wrongs. Make yourself happy about that. So flip that situation on its head. Allow that situation to be transformed. Whatever you need to do, get to the foundation, make yourself aware of it, accept it, and do what you need to do to flip it on its head. The same way that you did this past situation. All right. And the same way that you feel great on the other side and grateful. All right. All right, Aries. So last but not least, we're going to do some shadow work that could help you during this week, even though that was, that was pretty much a shadow work reading. Thank you, Aries, for being here. I totally appreciate all of you. You have no idea. So let's see, Aries, May 1st to May 7th, 2025. All right, you have addictions. Think about the emotions you are trying to cover up. Deal with those emotions, process, heal, and release them. Okay? Basically what I just said. I can't make these things up, okay? You have on the bottom of the deck more subconscious energy, narrow-minded. You have a limited outlook on perspective and thoughts. What makes you think your thoughts are solid gold? Remember, Aries, there's so much that we don't know that we don't know. All right? Be open to learning, be open to growing, and be that Aries energy. Live in that Aries energy where you're just like, I'm gonna grow, I'm gonna expand. I'm never gonna have a ceiling, and you have a home to live in, but you're never gonna have like a ceiling, monetary, or what you can achieve over your head ever again. All right, Aries, like, decide now. All right, so I will see you guys later. I hope this helped. Toodles.